Good morning. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network, and it's time to take a look at our midday livestock trade with livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And Kyle, we are finally seeing a little bit of movement here in the cattle complex this week. Tell me what you're making of today's trade.
Well, we started off the day a little bit weaker here. We did trade these March feeders on down to that 354.55, and now we're trading up to 361.17. Just a little bit off our highs here of 361.65. Now the January, that's going to get interesting here as we see they're up $1.90 right now. Those go off next Thursday, so a week from yesterday, but we do have a number of sale barns that are closed here in the Southern Plains here for this weather system that's supposed to be moving through here. And if we keep these northern sale barns open, that could really make this index move here to the upside if we get some good sales up in this country here. So I am looking for some fireworks potential here next week in this January feeder complex. Live cattle side of things here up $2.50 to $3 across the board. We got February up $3.07. April's up $3. We did just have some cash news come across here this morning. You'd see there's an Eastern Nebraska regional paying $2.35 and $2.36. So see $2.35 and $2.36 trading in Texas. We had a lot of $2.35 and $2.36 bids in Kansas as well. So I think that packers are probably going to have to pay up just a little bit more this week here to get cattle bought from the sounds of it. And we've heard that there are some packing plants that are closing up or cutting shifts out or starting late and things like that. So I think that could affect our slaughter numbers just a little bit. Box beef does continue to be on both sides here. It looks like it's trying to stall out here, but we were up here at the midday on the choice, but we're down select. We do have a cattle on feed report here after the close today. That comes out at 2 o'clock. The on-feed estimate here is 96.8%. Placements are estimated at 93.5%, and the marketings are estimated at 101.5%. So a lot of movement here as we finished up the week here, Lee.
Thank you, Kyle. That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted with a look at our midday trade here on the Rural Radio Network.
Through the launch program, the Nebraska FFA Foundation empowers students to innovate and enhance their communities. Take the Plainview FFA chapter, who expanded their school business, freeze-drying fresh produce and fruit, all thanks to foundation funds.
It's brought the community together, being able to get new products out and showing the community what the students have been learning in school.
Thanks to the Nebraska FFA Foundation, the chapter is building community. Visit neffafoundation.org. Brought to you by CoBank. If you farm or ranch with family, this one's for you. Surviving the Family Farm takes on topics that most people just want to avoid until it's too late. What happens when expectations go unspoken? When the plan is, we'll deal with it later. Well, you're not alone, and this show proves it. Here's a snippet of Surviving the Family Farm.
Don't be afraid of the tension, because it's a tense conversation.
You can watch and listen to Surviving the Family Farm at ruralradionetwork.com.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network for a check of your markets. Grains are higher here today. Last week's export report showed massive sales for corn and a marketing year high with just over 4 million metric tons. Those numbers are helping to support futures after a less than stellar ethanol production report last week. Soybeans made steady progress on the export sales front and are now down only 22% from a year ago versus 25%. And total sales were almost 2.5 million metric tons, which is also a marketing year high. The South American weather forecast is extremely hot and dry, which will likely hurt their crop ratings, giving more fuel to our row crop markets today. And extreme cold across the U.S. has wheat futures up as well. March corn is up 5 at 4.29. May up 5 1/4 at 4.37.5. March soybeans up a nickel at 10.69. May up a nickel as well at 10.81 1/4. Chicago March wheat up 9 at 5.24.5. May up 8 at 5.34.5. Kansas City March wheat up 11 at 5.36 3/4. May up 10 3/4 at 5.46 3/4. March soybean meal up 3.20 at 2.99.40. March soybean oil is up 53 cents at 54.31. February live cattle are up $2.97 at $235.35. April up $2.85 at $237.67. June up $2.52 at $233.42. March feeders up $1.80 at $361.07. April up $1.65 at $359.60. May up $1.22 at $356.70. February lean hogs are down 15 cents at $88.35. April down 27 at $96.07. May down 30 at $99.47, and Class 3 milk for February up 14.